Well, shit, that didn't go according to plan. Lopez just beat John Silva in UFC Noche at UFC Noche. I did not have that on my fucking bingo card. That is wild. I don't know if y'all watched the fight. I know they had Canelo Crawford and everything, but I stuck to UFC Noche, and this was such a good fight. First of all, any of y'all that did not watch it, that are just looking for a recap, which we're gonna do, rewatch it. It's probably like free on ESPN. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't watch the rest of the card. I am not really interested in seeing Alessandro Costa versus Alden Correa. You know what I'm saying? So just watch the main event, and that one was definitely worth the advertising. I feel like this was kind of underrated. I didn't hear a lot of people talk about this fight. I mean, the rest of the card is ass, to be honest, but this fight itself was really, really good. So let's break it down real quick. Lopez immediately gets John Silva on the ground. I believe he just took his back on a spinning back kick. I could be wrong, but he definitely took his back, just manhandled him to the ground, and one of the best displays, in my opinion, of 12 to 6 elbows and the new MMA rule set in this fight. Basically, what used to happen was you could kind of like he high mounted him, so he was in full mount, slid into high mount, and just went to town with him. But typically, what is a good defense against that is you just kind of hug if you don't want to try to get out. Which, if you try to get out, you will open yourself up for punishment. That's the kind of dual-sided thing when it comes to kind of trying to get out of the position. You can either just play and stall, like play the stalling game, which is kind of try to avoid damage. That's what Dricus did against Combs. That is like in the crucifix, he could have gotten out, but he just didn't want to take the risk. And then this fight, Silva tried to do like the hugging, like the cable grip behind someone else's back, and you just kind of hug it out. But with the 12 to 6 elbows, Lopez was really utilizing that to like get them on John Silva's like on his crown, And you could see those were brutal. They did damage. He did not cut him up like badly, not at that point. But you could see after the fight, man, that shiny ball head of Silva, man, that will bust it up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of damage, I'd say, on Silva in that first round. He really dominated him. I give it a 10-8 to Lopez. But Silva got up, a very great scramble to get up. And that was the first round, just basically Diego Lopez domination. Round two, chef's kiss. That was a beautiful striking display by John Silva, in my opinion. Lopez does not have head movement. And I do not okay, he did get the win here, but I still do not see Lopez beating somebody like Volk. Because Silva is really talented. He's very, very skillful. But he is a blockhead when it comes to like I'll get to that point later in time, but he just got way too reckless. He landed the cross on the pipe so many times that worked out so perfectly for him. Threw in a couple spinning elbows, a lot of just like punch elbows and everything as well. Like I love his way of utilizing elbows. And the thing is, if you really look at Silva's stats, he only has a 69-inch reach. And he's 5'7", so he's not like a reach merchant, but he still kind of has this style. It's like it's like a rangy kind of striker, which I found weird. He pulls it off somehow though. Might have to copy some of his moves, but he did just kind of start, spamming the spinning elbow in all different shapes and forms that it comes, and he got caught. There was one grappling exchange in between where Lopez kind of had his back, took him down, but Silva got up, and then they had like an awkward scramble, but Silva got up again, and that's when, everything just shit started to the fan, Silva got caught coming in, spamming his elbows and everything with a spinning elbow of Diego Lopez, and it just landed clean on the temple, I believe it was. He did catch him, though, at the top of the head. So just kind of dropped him badly, cut him up too. Like Silva he was busted up. It was a big cut, and he just went to town after that. Just got a good TKO win. They tried to protest the stoppage, but I think it was a great stoppage. you could see when Silva got up that he was just rocked. He wouldn't have done shit on the ground. Like, come on, you're not Charles Oliveira. You're not gonna kind of fluke a submission here. But yeah, so let's get into the matchmaking straight away. I think that the featherweight division is now in like a state where you have two people that deserve a title shot. I don't think Lopez gets it off this one, and I do really respect that in the post-fight interview he was like, I'll do one more if you want me to do one more before I fight the champ. So I think that's what we're going to do. And I think you're going to do Lopez versus Murphy or Yair, but, I don't think we're going to get that. They would have done it after the Colon thing. Like, that was the perfect time to do it. But they just kind of missed out on the opportunity. I don't think they're going to do it. If they do it, that's the best fight for Lopez. But just rankings-wise, I'd love to see him versus Murphy in a number one contender fight. People say that Murphy deserves it right now, but come on. You beat Josh Emmett, number 8 ranked guy. It's a good win, but, come on, bro. And then you spinning elbow Aaron Pico, who's an unranked guy. He's good in Bellator, but, Pitbull, Patchy Mix, kind of got to reevaluate how we look at the Bellator folks. But yeah, so I think you do Lopez Murphy, number one contender fight. You give the title shot to Evloev. I don't want to see Evloev fight for the belt. Don't get me wrong. I do not want to see that fight. It's not like, it's not like the best fight I want to see. It's not the most entertaining one, but it's just the one that makes the most sense in the rankings. It's good for Volk's legacy. And for John Silva, now this is where it gets interesting. He's not a fraud, dude. Like, people be coming out here saying, fraud check, fighting nerds suck now. Like, yes, they did all get a loss, but Pratis is back, fighting Leon Edwards, and Ian Gary is a tough opponent. Like, Ian Gary, I rate Ian Gary, and that he almost knocked him out. They get kind of walked for a bit, but Pratis isn't a fraud. Rufy looked, he's just good. I just like Rufy, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has a good style, very good striking, one of the best in the UFC, in my personal opinion. I kind of looked into some of their sparring as well. Like, they posted on the Fighting Nerds and, their YouTube channels. So, Rufy is not cooked. He just kind of, I don't know. It's been one, you know what I'm saying? Anything can happen in MMA. And, Kyle Baralho, he's probably the worst one of the Fighting Nerds, but he is tested, He is like a new Jared Cannonier. But they're not frauds. Like, John Silva looked great in the second round. He really put the work on Lopez. That chin of Lopez really held up. We saw it in the Volk fight. We saw it in this fight. But I think you do Silva versus Yair if they do Lopez versus Murphy. Or you do, Silva versus Allen. I think he definitely deserves another top 10 opponent. He is the best of the Fighting Nerds. I'll just say it like that, There was some post-fight antics. He kind of tried to hit Lopez. He did hit Lopez after the fight, which, come on, dude. I'm kind of getting fed up of Silva as a personality. He's kind of... I thought it was a joke at first, but he is probably a little bit mentally unstable. So I think you just excuse him because he's a fun fighter. Don't cut him, please. But Dana didn't watch anyways. He was doing his boxing thing and everything. So, yeah, I think that's what you do with the featherweight division. Great card. Great main fight. I did not watch the rest of the card. Come on. This is what we're getting. I don't know any of these people apart from Kelvin Gastelum, who missed weight again. I did see this finish, though. This looked like a brutal, nice ground and pound finish. I would recommend rewatching that one. And definitely, I would rewatch the main event if I was any of y'all. After this recap, was a great fight. But that's all I got. We got Reyes versus Olberg next. So very excited to see how that one plays out. Probably gonna do another just main event breakdown because what the fuck? We got Tafa as a co-main. Are you gonna tell me if one of these two goons pulls out, we just have Junior Tafa as the main event? That's wild to me. So yeah, man. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time. How the fuck do I end record?